Welcome to Make It Yourself Living. Today we're going to be looking at ground turkey parmesan. I know you've heard of eggplant parmesan, chicken parmesan. This is ground turkey. I actually saw it on Rachel Ray, and I think she was using ground chicken, I believe. I believe it was on their 30 minutes or less show. So here I have 2 pounds of turkey. When I do the recipe, I'm only going to do it with 1 pound. And I'm going to be working on putting 2 eggs in it. I normally put the ingredients on top of the meat. It just helps me to incorporate things a little easier. Now you're seeing me put in a cup of panko. You could use just regular breadcrumbs if you wish. I kind of like panko, so that's normally what I use. Now what I'm putting in here is a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I'm actually putting in 2 tablespoons, but the recipe will only call for one. I like to do it that way so I don't have to keep on pulling different bottles down, the oregano, the parsley, and whatever else there might be. So I just use the Italian seasoning. You can do individual spices if there's something within Italian seasoning that you don't quite care for. Now what I'm putting in is ricotta cheese. I do this instead of using what's called a panade. Now, if you know what a panade is, I'm sorry for repeating it. I'm just trying to help those who may not. A panade is when you take some bread and you soak it in some milk and you toss that like in your meatloaf. That helps to keep the meatloaf moist. Now we have turkey and we have or chicken, ground chicken, either or. You have to cook it well. Please cook it well, and that can dry it out. So by putting in some ricotta, that helps to keep the moisture in. As far as how much, what you saw me pull it out of was a 15-ounce container. So I would say in this case, it's a cup, but singular, it would be, half a cup. And I'm tossing some cheese in there too. Yes, I live with 3 cheese monsters. I'd say about a cup. If you don't want that much, you can always break it back a bit. But you want a little cheese in there for that cheesy goodness. And now comes the fun, mushing it all together. Try not to overmix it. You will actually make your little turkey burgers, or whatever you want to call them, tough. So bring it all together, bring it together well, but don't worry about making it perfect. Just make sure everything's incorporated real well and stop. Now, if you don't like ricotta cheese, you could try cottage cheese. That might work. Or possibly some sour cream. That could work too, to give you that moisture to stop it from drying out. I'm about ready to start forming the burgers. Now, I make little burgers. I do that purposely. My husband and I, as we got older, our appetites have been decreasing. I guess that's just part of everything. So I make smaller ones, and then, of course, if my boys want more, they can just grab a second one. I'm just topping down a silicone mat just to try to keep the cleanup a little bit better and just divvying stuff up. I believe I got 8 burgers out of these 2 pounds of turkey meat. Now, when this is all said and done, it's going to be 350 for about a half an hour. When I got ready to cook this, I was trying to make scalloped potatoes at the same time, so I put it a little higher than normal. So when it comes out, it'll look a little brown. I should have kept it lower. But if you cook this, I would recommend 350 for about a half an hour. It is turkey meat, so you're going to want to make sure it's fully cooked through. When it's done, which I failed to show with this, actually my camera shut off on me, I take a jar of sauce. It can be your most favorite sauce. And I put sauce on each one of the finished burgers and I top it with more cheese. And it winds up being like a parmesan, like a eggplant parmesan, if you will. But in this case, you have a little burger with some sauce and some cheese on the top of it. Okay, just as a reminder, because this is going to be ending pretty quick, I lost part of my little movie here where you saw me put spaghetti sauce on each of the completed burgers and topping that with more cheese. Use your most favorite sauce, top it with some more mozzarella, mozzarella parmesan, whatever you want. Put it in the oven for 350 for about a half hour. And if I don't get the opportunity, I want to thank you for being here today. And if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up or feel free to subscribe to the channel and see what else we come up with. And here you see the finished product. Thank you for watching.